Hey friends, Connie here from Connie's Home Garden, and today we are going to learn how to make your own ginger beer. And I don't know if you know anything about ginger, but it is really good for your insides, and it has those probiotics that are really good for us. And we all know that most of our health starts with the gut, so we get to enjoy ginger beer with its own natural carbonation and try something healthy that tastes great. So let's give it a try. The first thing we need to do is get 1 gallon of water, 1 cup of sugar, 1 large piece of ginger, and 1 lemon so that we can get started. Okay, so here I am starting to cut up my ginger. I've used about this much, so I used one about this size, and then I'll use half of this one so I have enough ginger. And I'm cutting it up in coarse pieces. You can certainly grind yours if you'd like smaller pieces, but when we put it in the boiling water, it's really going to draw out that zesty, wonderful flavor that ginger has. It's kind of a spicy, zesty flavor. It's so good. I love it. Anyway, we also have a lemon. I've cut that in half. And I have my ginger bug here, and I keep it like this so that the oxygen can get in, but no fruit flies or anything get in there. And it's ready. It's doing super good. Every day I just stir it up and add a little bit of sugar and ginger. Look at those bubbles on there. Can you see those? Man, so good. Anyway, this is our fermentation starter, and we're going to use that as soon as our ginger has been in the water with the sugar and it's all cooled down. So I'm going to finish cutting up this ginger, and then we're going to get it in our boiling water for 5 minutes, and then we'll add in our sugar and we'll let it cool down, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Okay friends, here we go. Our ginger and water has cooled down, and so now we're going to go ahead and add our lemon and our ginger bug, which is our fermentation starter. Okay, so here's our lemon. Just going to squeeze 1 whole lemon into our pot. Here's our ginger bug. I'm going to stir it up nice and good, and then we're going to put it in. I'm not going to measure it out. I'm going to put in about 3/4 of a cup. And I can put the ginger in there too. Okay, perfect. And we're going to stir this up. And over here I have my bottles that I'm going to use. I have a variety. Some that I have, cleaned out that are, well, I've cleaned them all, but you know what I mean, that are, they had other beverages in them. And you can get these, sometimes you can get them off the neighborhood sites or Craigslist, or you'll just purchase something at the store and then save your bottle. These are great because you'll be able to burp them later. All right, so we're all stirred up. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have a measuring cup and my strainer, and I'm just going to go ahead and stir this, and then I'm going to get it ready to put in my bottles. It's as easy as that, folks. This is not only delicious because ginger is, but it is good for you. It's good for your gut. It's good for your stomach. Ginger has like so many good things for you. And I get this ginger from Costco. It's organic, so I leave the skin on. So here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it through my strainer. It's catching my ginger pieces, and I have a bowl that I'm just gonna put those in. Here we go. We're just going to start filling up our bottles. I usually fill it up and leave a little bit of room in the neck so that there is some space for it to ferment and not create too much pressure on the lid. So here we go. Just like that. And then we put the lid on, and in 24 hours, I'm gonna burp it, and oop, I need to put it down here to put that on. Okay, so this is ready. In 24 hours, I'm gonna burp it. I'm gonna do that for 3 days, and then it's gonna be ready to drink. And I'm gonna put it, when it's ready to drink, I'll put it in the refrigerator because that will stop the fermentation, or not stop it, it will actually slow it. So it slows it down at a slower rate, because in 3 days, it will be ready. And I don't want it to go further. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep filling these up. Okay, so I have all of my bottles filled up. And, whoops. And I'm gonna keep them on the counter. And in 24 hours, I'm gonna burp them. And the way you burp a bottle is that you open it up, let a little air come in, and then close it right back up. Because we don't want them to explode. We want them to keep fermenting and create that fizziness that we just love about like soda pop or seltzer water. And we want it in there. This is gonna be totally natural. It's gonna be good for you, and I just love that. Now, my ginger bug, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar, and then I'm going to put my lid on it instead of just having a paper towel, and I'm going to keep this in the refrigerator. And once a week I will add about a half a teaspoon of sugar and a little bit of water and a little bit of ginger, and that will keep it alive until I need it again. When I need it again, I'll take it out of the refrigerator, put it on my counter, let it warm up, and start adding a little bit of water, a little bit of ginger, and a little bit of sugar every day. And in 3 days, it will be fizzy again, and it will be ready for my next batch of ginger beer, which is super cool. Now, I saved the ginger from my ginger beer, and I'm going to keep it in the freezer. And when I make a stir fry, when I'm cooking, I can still use this. It still has a lot of zing, and I'm going to use it a second time. So that's really cool that you can do that with ginger. So anyway, when this is ready in 3 days, we're going to see what that beverage looks like. Hey, okay, here we are. We've got our ginger beer. It's been 3 days. It's ready, so let's give it a try. Woohoo! Did you see that? Look at that. Oh my goodness. All that fizzy. And there we have ginger beer. And look at that. Oh my gosh. Woo! So good. Oh. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay well, delight in nature, and keep the faith.